Hi, Mwiche. Let's talk about sales.
To be honest, it's not even the confidence. And so with sales, don't think of it as you're forcing people to do what they don't want to do. Mwaka is already going to cut his hair. Now, how will Mwaka want to cut his hair? With me. So listen to your customer. Be obsessed with your customer. So always make it feel like you are sharing. Stop. You must buy today. Buy today. No. Be prepared that someone will tell you, I don't like your idea. I don't think you're qualified. I don't think you're tall enough. I don't think you're short enough. I don't think you're the right fit. But eventually, you will get that one person who will say, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And then once you make the sale, do it again. Do it again until you find that sweet spot. If you are pitching to an investor, don't use, we have a traceability system, we are using climate change.
Yeah.
It's too much. Keep it simple. Make it so simple that they get it.
Tips on body language, voice modulation, and storytelling.
In Zambia, I grew up like everyone else. When you see an elder, you look down.
Yeah.
In pitching, if you look down, you're a thief. So you need to practice looking at people. And I know for us it's weird because you're just like, what are you looking at? Is there something in my hair? Yeah.
And now when it comes to structuring a pitch, what are the key elements of a strong pitch or presentation?
Okay, so number one.
Quick one, before we go any further, please remember to like and to subscribe and to share. And I promise to bring you the best and most valuable content. This episode is proudly sponsored by Green Giraffe, your one-stop shop for guilt-free snacking. Hi, Mwiche.
Hi, Mwaka.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good to have you here.
Thanks for having me. I really like it.
Finally. Just going back, I think the first time that I met you was Standard Chartered.
Yeah.
Yes, Women in Tech.
Those were good times.
Yeah, those are good times.
Good times.
Yeah, so I saw you walk in with your products. You're this confident, charismatic person walks into the room.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, by that time I was taking pictures and videos for Bongo Hive.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is interesting. Like the way you just present your communication skills, even outside of the pitching room, it's like you're so good at talking to people.
Oh.
And it's easy to buy stuff from you. So that's the stuff I want us to focus on.
Well, I'm glad to tell you everything about it. It's been a journey.
Yeah.
And it's always nice to hear from other people what it looks like. Because most of the time you're not sure if people get it.
Get it or don't.
Or if they're as into it as you. So it's nice. It's nice that the message is reaching.
The message is reaching.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So now everybody has a story, you know?
Yes.
Growing up, we have a story.
Yeah.
We have somewhere where we came from.
Oh, yeah.
The origin.
Okay.
So how was Mwiche like growing up?
In the beginning.
In the beginning.
Okay, cool. So basic family, mom, dad. I've got 3 brothers. But the story that really sticks out for me is I finished school. Fun fact. Only you know this. No one else knows this. I finished my secondary school in Western Province.
Oh, really?
So for all the Lozi listeners, it's there on the grade 12 certificate. But I was one of the first people that was allowed to sell in the school tuck shop. And so, to be honest, the entrepreneurship bug did kind of click in. But then you know how it is. You finish grade 12 and you... I have a friend who's always telling me the 5 careers in Zambia, you know, accountancy, medicine. So you finish grade 12 and you do what everyone else is doing. And so I was fortunate enough to join a prestigious bank and I rose the ranks there. I did different things, but you know, you could kind of tell at the back of my mind that there was something I really, really wanted to do, but I wasn't sure how to do it. And to be honest, that's what led me to come to Bongo Hive because I had this idea. But then how to build an idea into a minimum viable product, into something that sorts out a problem, which is what I think some people forget.
Yeah.
You always jump to, how do I make money? And they're like, no, you should first of all be sorting out a problem. And if whatever you're doing is not sorting out a problem, you're going to have the setbacks.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I ended up at Bongo Hive eventually. And it was honestly a game changer for me. The way we came up with our MVP, the way we moved from direct customer sales to online sales to retail, and now we've even got more exciting avenues we're getting into. It's been a journey because of the incubations. So for those who don't know, an incubation basically is just a process through which you're able to test your business. And it's a really safe space because you've got other startups, you've got mentors, and you've got people giving you feedback and telling you, maybe this will work, maybe it won't. And I think that's really healthy when you're starting out, because you need that feedback. You need to know whether this is a product that other people will enjoy, will add value to people's life, or you are cheating yourself. So I think it's very, very healthy, and I heavily recommend it. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, I want you to take me back. I know you've given the summary of everything you want to talk about.
I'll break it down for you. Okay.
Give it to me. So, now, growing up as a kid.
Yes.
Were you always somebody who is energetic, likes to talk to people?
I think my parents would say I was energetic. I played lots of sports growing up, so very competitive. I have 3 brothers. So for us, there's no taking...
Older?
No, I have an older brother and 2 younger brothers. And so we'd kill each other, just literally. It was survival of the fittest. But I think it was one of those things, if you are not confident in our house, you will be trampled on. And so you must be very confident, you must be eloquent, but also you have to have a lot of information, what you're presenting. So as long as you can't back up your argument, they're going to walk all over you. And so my mom, my dad, everyone is very, very aggressive. They can be quite aggressive and very, very confident. And then also with my partner. He's equally very confident, but you need to present yourself. Right, I know. You have to be confident, and so if you do that over time, it translates to your point that you meet someone for the first time, and they're like, "You're very confident." I'm like, "You should meet everyone in my family."
This is normal for me.
You just step up, and it's kind of like when you're funneling a girl.
Yeah.
If you're not confident,
tell me about it.
She'll shoot you down. And so it's like even during pitches, people would always ask me, so like how do you pitch? And I'm like, dude, everyone pitches all the time.
Yeah, everybody.
If you're trying to sneak out of your parents' house and you're like, so mom, I can wash the plates, I can do what? You're pitching. When you get an interview and there's a panel of people and you convince them that you know Excel when me and you know you don't know Excel. You've won a pitch. So now how do you translate that into a business? With investors, that's different. So I don't know about you, Mwaka, but let me give you something. Let's say we've met for the first time. Hi, Mwaka, how are you? Asuka.
Oh. Okay.
And I'm like, Mwaka, I think you're nice. What do you do? Oh, I do this. Oh, no problem. I'll check you out later. 1 week later, you're like, oh, Mwiche, I need 50,000 kwacha. Or I call you and I say, Mwaka, I need 50,000 kwacha. Would you give it to me? Just because I met you for the first time and I thought you had a cool jersey.
I don't think so.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I don't know a lot.
Same thing with investors. They also have money. They've never met you before. They don't know if your business idea actually works.
Yeah, or not.
So it's number one, the confidence, very important. Knowing your numbers, very important. And I think it really does help. My background was very helpful in helping me be confident in those situations. Yeah.
You worked in the corporate world as a salesperson, right?
Yes.
For many, many years.
Oh, yeah.
What made you step out? I mean, you were working for a very prestigious company. What made you step out?
Okay.
And get inspired to start Green Giraffe?
No, I like that you asked that question. At the heart of it is really purpose. And I think as a people, you need to really ask yourself, in whatever you're doing, whether you're working, whether you're a student, whether you're running a business, what are you here for? And so I remember at the time, I think I had been with the bank 8 years. So it had been a minute. And I had won awards. I was rising. on all accounts, I was doing good.
That's
guys.
everybody's dream.
It's the dream.
To rise above the ranks,
you get what I mean?
Work for a prestigious company.
But I think I got tired of, how like when you go out with your friends and you're like, this country. Huh? I just wish we could do this, we could do that. And I remember it was my younger brother who's like, you always keep complaining about how there's no real businesses that are really helping our country. I mean, you've got experience, you're confident, why don't you do it? And I'm like, nah, not me. But at the back of my head, I think I also got tired of waiting for someone else to do it. And I was like, you know what? I've done what I need to do. I've gotten the experience. And I like that you mentioned the sales. Very, very important. I think a lot of people, when they think of sales, they're just thinking, oh, Mwaka just woke up and it happened. No, he had to put in the time somewhere. And so experience is very important. One of my favorite people to mention who do sales all the time. And they're told, no. But they keep coming. We know them. They knock on our door and they're like, would you like to know about Jesus?
Yeah.
And you keep saying no, but that doesn't stop them. And so that's sales. It really is that experience. But once I was confident that, number one, I had something that could actually be productive, even though you said I'm confident, I wasn't very confident that we would actually make money. So it helped that then I went through the incubations because you had that sort of community to say, okay, why asana? Maybe not too much. Maybe you're showing too much. Maybe focus on this part of the business. I remember the first time I pitched at Bongo Hive, I talked about climate change, food, farmers, a business. They were like,
that's too much.
Calm down. Focus first. And I've never forgotten Francis. He's just like, Mwiche, focus. Which is the one here that will get us going? And I'm like, the snacks. And he goes, start there. And we started with the snacks. And after the snacks, we were able to now do the farmer training. After the farmer training, we were able to add the tech. Add the tech, we still have things that we're working on. So I think that's very helpful to have that feedback to say, tekanya. One thing at a time. Cover this space, then cover this space, then cover the next. Yeah.
Oh, that's really interesting.
I know.
So did you first leave your job or
I did.
Or you started it by the side?
No. The way it happened was it was just a very, very heavy impression. So number one, I do not recommend it. I do not recommend it. Please do not quit your jobs. If possible, test it out while you're working. But I had covered my bases. So for me, the important things were like, my rent, have I paid? I have children. Have I paid their school fees? Do I have something that supports that? I had, because there's black tax. So I had to talk to the stakeholders and say, guys, we are going to be moving things around. Can we reduce here? Can we do that? And I was told, okay, how long will it take you to help us do this and this? And I was like, maybe 2-3 years. It's a startup. It may work, it may not work. So like I said, it's the norm. I wouldn't recommend it. However, I did have to quit work. And
take the risk.
But okay, fun story as well. So I quit, and then for 2 months I didn't know what to do. So I even went into a depression. So guys, mental health is important. Go see a therapist. So fortunately, my co-founder sat me down and says, if you could, like, what would you do if you had like just a bit of money, not even a lot, just a bit of money? What would you do? And I remembered everything. Remember how I used to sell tuck shop? Growing up, by the way, my dad worked for the government and so did my mom. And so we traveled around a bit. This is why I have lozi. And so at some point I was in Northwestern Province and then I traveled to Chipata and Northern. I did a lot of traveling. And suddenly when he asked me, what do you want to do? It all came together. And I'm like, that's easy. I'll put Zambian flavor in a box. And he was like, I haven't heard that before. I'm like, what do you mean? It's everywhere. He goes, is it? And so we go online and we're asking people, and it's not there. I can't go to one place and find everything that I want. And to be honest, that's how it started.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's really inspiring.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think from the moment I just saw your piece, I was like, this is amazing.
No.
How does she do this?
No.
Like,
It was a journey. It wasn't easy. You saw it wasn't easy.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
It wasn't
really
easy.
tough one.
To be able to now reintroduce a product that people have grown up with and that they love. And then for them to see the importance of it. Because for us, it was so important that our product responded to the environment, was helping farmers, was using regenerative. Like for us, it was so important. And everyone is like, it's nuts.
Yeah.
Like, what's so special about these nuts? I'm like, these nuts are very, very important. So to grow that journey has been, it's been a blessing. Yeah.
And who's been there for you, or how have you overcome challenges?
Challenges. No. You always have challenges. I think.
But you still have found a way of overcoming them.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people start, but to keep on going and be consistent, that's the difficult part.
Yeah.
So for you to reach where you are now, you have found a way of overcoming some of those challenges.
Yeah.
Like, how have you gone about those?
Okay, I won't lie. I don't have an exact answer. I'm just on top of my head. I'm thinking it really helped that I played sports, so I'm a bit competitive. So I won't lie. I've probably applied for 100 competitions or whatever. I probably lost 90 that you guys don't know about.
Yeah.
Most people know about the ones that we win. And basically every time I'm rejected, it's a way for me to pivot. So my co-founder loves basketball. And so he's constantly talking about Michael Jordan and how every time he had a setback, he'd come back better. And so that's become, to be honest, our mantra at Green Giraffe. If we fail at something, we will find another way to do it. And then most people are always shocked because they're like, we thought you wouldn't. And I'm like, we found a way. We will find a way. And I think that's very important when you're doing business, because you are constantly going to have challenges. Last year, we had an energy crisis. It's a challenge. We had the drought. It's a challenge. The currencies just went crazy. It's a challenge. Packaging became suddenly, like, it was just ridiculous. And I'm like, guys, we have no choice but to succeed. And so my team has also been very helpful. I think they keep reminding me day in and day out what we're doing. I think when we started, we had about 20 farmers we were working with. And now we're working with over 200. And for me, when I think of those 200 farmers, I see 200 households. I see people who are going to school, hospitals. I see how the products that they're creating and sustaining now have a market even outside Zambia. And for me, I think that's bigger than us. And so I think that's what keeps us going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I heard someone say, sometimes when you're just doing something on your own, it's easy to give up and whatever, nobody will be affected. Yeah. But when you have people that are looking up to you,
you have to.
That's also like motivates you to keep going.
It's bigger than you. And when I meet people like you and you're like, when we see what you've done, it gives us the confidence to also do it. And I'm like, we have no choice now, guys. We have to keep going. We have to keep going. But it's been a huge encouragement.
Now let's talk about sales.
Money.
The best part of it.
Tell me everything you want to know. Yeah.
What makes a great salesperson?
To be honest, it's not even the confidence. It's sales. Let me put it this way. Do you have a pen? I was going to give you a little show. So let's say I meet you for the first time. And I'm like, oh, Maka, you look really cute. I like your services. I need your contacts. Do you have a pen? And you're like, oh, no, I don't. Well.
Like I didn't have a pen.
Exactly. And I'll be like, well, if you give me 3 kwacha, I could give you this. And of course, I notice you've got a 5 kwacha there. Basically, that's sales. So with sales, number one, I think what people always think is, I'm forcing you to give me money. No, what you're doing is adding value to people's lives. And so one thing I loved, for example, when I worked in the bank, is we'd have different things that we were selling. But for me, in my head, when I was selling, it was I'm empowering you to make financial decisions. If, for example, you decide to fix money, I'm helping you extend your money. If I'm giving you a savings account, I'm giving you somewhere safe to keep your money. If I'm giving you a card, I'm giving you the liberty. You get what I mean? And so with sales, don't think of it as you're forcing people to do what they don't want to do. Mwaka is already going to cut his hair. Now, how will Mwaka want to cut his hair? With me. So listen to your customer. Be obsessed with your customer. Does Mwaka like music? Make sure your adverts have music. Does Mwaka like his packaging in small sizes? Make the product in small sizes. Does Mwaka like buying things on his phone? Make it available on his phone. So it's really less about you and about your customer. Do you care enough to know what hurts your customer? Right now, I've noticed, Mwaka, you're looking nice.
Thank you.
Have you been working out? You've been working out, yeah?
Maybe.
And I remember, because I met you, you were tiny.
Yeah.
You were tiny. But I've seen you buffed up, yeah? And so obviously you're taking proteins.
Yeah.
I happen to have a product where you can snack on products and get your protein. So I would offer you cashew nuts. And I could either offer them for free in a setting. But at the same point, when I offer it to you, does it feel like I'm selling to you?
It feels natural.
It feels like I'm sharing,
Yeah.
right? I'm like, you know what, I've noticed you're looking like, you want a bit of energy. I was thinking maybe we should try some tea together. Like there's this hibiscus. So always make it feel like you are sharing. Stop. You must buy today. Buy today. No. That's not selling. And I think that's the key. And it doesn't matter if you're an extrovert or an introvert. It matters that you care enough about the next person, that you want to see that person win, that you share your experience. And I think that's important. So another fun way that you can do this is, what's the most recent place you went to that you had a good time?
That was Agora.
Okay. What did you like about it?
The environment was cool.
It was cool.
The plants, nature, the air. Like it's really open.
Okay.
So there's a lot of air coming in.
I haven't been there. Do they have chairs like I can sit on?
Yeah, they have chairs.
Is there like
nice food?
Is there aircon?
No, because there's a lot of course inside there's aircon, but there's this part where it's like it's open, so air is freely flowing in. Now, because of the way you're talking about it, I am curious. I haven't been there. But it doesn't feel like you're selling me Agora. Oh, you got me there. You see what I mean? Yeah. It just felt like you're sharing. And I think that is always your beginning point. So whether you're selling insurance, and I get this a lot. Sometimes someone will call, I'm from so-and-so insurance company. Please buy a policy. I'm like, no. You haven't asked me, Madam, how are you? Do you have children? How are they doing? Wouldn't you like to know that their school fees for the next 3 years are sorted out? I said, then you are sharing. You care enough about me to care about my concerns. And I think once you do that, again, it's got nothing to do with confidence. Everyone is always saying, it's a confidence thing. I'm like, no. Do you care about me? And if you care about me, you'll care about what upsets me, what's giving me a hard time. And then you'll be a great salesperson. You can probably sell anything, including this pen. Yeah, you just sold to me. For 3 kwacha. I take Airtel. Yeah. Wow, that's a masterclass. You're welcome. We should be selling this content. Really should be, guys. Giving out the secrets. Get our number. The number is right here. Yes. We'll train you. Now, you're talking of confidence not being the thing, but I'm sure it also adds to you being a better salesperson, does it? It does. Because to approach somebody, you need to have some confidence in you. Like you said, maybe for a girl. If you're shy and she'll be creeped out. She'll be scared. Yeah. She'll be scared. But how do you help people become confident? Okay. Or I don't know the word to use to be able to approach people. No. I get what you're saying. So let's say, like, to your point, you're not very confident, but you're like, guys, I can do this.
So what I love about sports, again, because I grew up playing sports, practice, practice, practice. When you first start, I used to play tennis. So when you first start playing tennis, they make you bounce a ball, literally, like at an angle, 100 times. And you can imagine you've driven all the way from your home, you've worn a full attire, and there's a ball, and all you're doing is...
I was bouncing a ball.
Over time, you are able to basically manipulate your racket to do anything. This is how, for example, you watch, again, because I play tennis, you watch Venus Williams hit a ball and it can go this side, it can go this side, it can come here. But that is because you have now become a master of this racket and this ball. And that's because, trust me, even when she started, 100 times. And so with sales, it really is about practice. It could be something small. When I worked with the bank, we would do something called cold calling. And so we'd have a list of names and you'd call. Hi, how are you? My name is Mwaka. I'm calling you from so-and-so. How's your day going? I'm doing great. I wanted to let you know this, and this. I won't lie. You could call 100 people. 80 of them would slam the phone. Other people would say, can you give me this? But 1 or 2 would be a sale. And then the following day, you'd start again at 0. And you'd do it again. And because you do this over and over again, Mwaka, when I say the people who were the most introverted were the best salespeople.
Really?
Because over time, they noticed a pattern. And they could tell you, you, Mwiche, you make 100 calls. Me, I just have to make 5. I even know where I'm calling. Because now you are seeing how people react. You are sensing, apa, bantu bakaribo fola. So this is the time maybe they would like this product. And so, to my point, it really is practice. You have to put in the work. You have to practice, and you have to put yourself out there and be prepared for no. Be prepared that someone will tell you, I don't like your idea. I don't think you're qualified. I don't think you're tall enough. I don't think you're short enough. I don't think you're the right fit. But eventually, you will get that one person who will say, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And then once you make the sale, do it again. Do it again until you find that sweet spot. Yeah.
So that is the approach that you use to even like pitching to investors.
Even with pitching with
customers.
Yes. Eventually, we did get an investment from Zambia Business Asia Network. I probably pitched. So we were in quite a number of programs. At each program, you would pitch at different points. And so if you count the total number of times I pitched in front of them, let's say 12, 13, about 15. 15 times of them saying,
15.
We like you, but not yet. We like you, not yet. And later on, I remember I even had a discussion with one of them. I was like, why did you? And they're like, well, we didn't know you as well. And I understood then. With investors, they don't know you guys. Like, I know you, Mwaka, but they don't know you. They don't know your values as a company. They don't know where you want to take this company. They don't know the expenses involved. They can't tell that there will be a drought this year that will affect you. They can't tell that your customers will suddenly decide, I no longer want to be healthy. I want to be unhealthy. You get what I mean? So it's a lot of just keep going. And also be open to responding to the same problem, but in a different way. Don't be so fixed. My idea can only happen with $10 million. It's not going to happen, most likely. If you can allow yourself to pivot, but still respond to your problem, really great.
Well and good.
Yeah.
And then I know you meet different investors. You pitch for different programs.
For
different programs.
Oh yeah. Even now.
Is it that the way you approach it always the same, or is tailored for each specific program or type of investor?
Yeah.
How do you go about that?
So I like that you said that. Remember how I said we pitch to different people all the time. The way you pitch to your mother is very different to the way you pitch to your dad. Very different to the way you pitch to your sister. Very different to the way you pitch to your girlfriend. Those of us who are married, very different to the way we pitch to our spouse. Same thing with an investor. Some investors are very excited to see you up to 10 years' time. I think the guy who started Google, his investors were with him for how many years? 10, 20 years? Believing that one day, tukafika. There's some investors, and I think everyone always misunderstands this. They're like, no, these people have money. They are going to give. No, I'm sorry, they don't owe you anything. When they put money in you, they are expecting from you a return. Now, and again, this is just for your information. Whenever you think of investment, like even right now, if you put your money in the bank, let's say you would expect 5%. If you put your money in treasury bills, let's say you'd expect 10%. That's safe. No matter what, this money is coming. Then Mwaka comes and tells me, put your money in me. How much am I getting? Eventually. You get what I mean? Maybe you'll get 15%. Does that sound attractive to you? So you can imagine to be able to engage the investor and say, oh my gosh, this is the next Google. Number one, they have to see that your business is repeatable. In other words, when Mwaka buys this watch today, Mwaka's coming back to buy that watch tomorrow. He's coming back to buy it next week. He's coming back again in a month. Repeatable. And then it should be scalable. There should be 10 million Mwakas. Not 100, not 20, millions. Because then your investor is like, even if I put $100 into Mwaka, multiply that by 10 million, I'll get 10 times. That's more attractive than any treasury bill or fixed account. And that is very attractive. And I think that's also very important when you're pitching to investors. Don't lie to them. Because by the way, they know, they're not dumb. This is why they also have money. They're not dumb. But they should see it. You should see it. And you should have a plan how that's going to happen. So very, very important. Repeatable, scalable. This is very attractive to investors. If I cannot see that I will make 10 times what I would normally make in my fixed account with you, I will probably not invest in you. And it's not that I don't believe in you. It's just, I want to make money.
It's not charity.
It's not charity. It's not personal. Again, remember what we talked about? Get used to the no. It's not personal. We're here to do something.
Wow.
Yeah?
So you're talking about repeatable, because most of the time we just see, for example, you've won a number of awards, but we don't know about the number of times that you failed. The times you've received a no. So it looks very glamorous and say, that looks pretty cool.
One day I'll show you my beautiful email, which has, unfortunately, you have not made it. Unfortunately, we don't like your idea. Unfortunately, we don't see the scalability. Unfortunately, you're too small. Unfortunately, there's not enough market. I remember I received one like that. There's just not a big enough market. And I was like, it's not personal. Do it again. Do it again. But again, to your point, everyone just sees
the good stuff.
They see the good stuff.
So Mwiche, this is called Do It. Here we don't just talk.
No.
Here we do it.
We do things.
We do things.
Just like Nike.
So we're going to go now into the project breakdown.
Okay.
So you're just going to show us some steps on how to pitch and also make a presentation very engaging.
Okay.
You've done that a lot, and so I'd like to share that with our audience.
Okay, no, that's fine.
So first of all, we're going to talk about the hook,
Okay.
then structuring a pitch, then engagement techniques,
Okay.
and then the last, confidence and delivery,
Okay.
and then maybe some practical examples.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so now on the hook, how do you grab people's attention from the very start?
Okay, so you want to say something that will touch them in one way. So I'll give you an example of one I did once. Do you know that 1 in 4 people in the world suffers from a lifestyle disease? Meaning 1, 2, 3, 4. One of us has a lifestyle disease. WHO estimates that lifestyle diseases are going to account for 40% of deaths by 2026. That's huge. Now, when I said that instantly, how did you feel?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you paint a really grim picture. That's one way to hook them. Again, you can also start with good news. Again, it depends on your audience. It always depends on your audience. Another one that I use is, especially when we are dealing with agriculture, I tell them how last year I took a trip to Eastern Province where I met a wonderful smallholder farmer. Her name is Mercy. Mercy is a widow with 3 children who farms on a small piece of land. She's unable to make ends meet. Mercy represents 60% of our population right here in Zambia. People who are trying to make ends meet but can't because agriculture is not giving them. So very important. At that minute, all of you remember the relative of yours in the village who always calls you Tifuna fertilizer.
Yeah.
So very important, know your audience. What affects them? Care enough. Do some research. By the way, that estimation I made by WHO, it's on Google. The same one all of us have.
Yeah.
What affects people? Once you get that, you're good to go.
Cool.
You're cool with the hook?
Yeah.
Cool.
Hook.
Okay.
So you must make. So it should be like a story, kind of like a story which is relatable to people.
It could be. It could even be your own story. I know people. I remember once I shared how, because as a family we do farm. Me, my brothers, my parents, and I remember how we tried all sorts of things, organic fertilizer, whatever. And then when it was time to sell, it was the same price as the chap who used fertilizer. And I'm just like, what's the point? And yet, last year we had a rise in aflatoxins. You get what I mean? Wouldn't it have been helpful to say, we bought from Mwiche, who had no fertilizer. Therefore, this is a sustainable way of doing. So very, very important. Get people, be very interested in your audience and what hurts them. Because remember, you're not selling. You're sharing. This is very important.
Yeah.
You're what?
You're sharing.
Very good. So that's your hook.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
And now when it comes to structuring a pitch, what are the key elements of a strong pitch or presentation?
Okay. So number 1, and this one it's not even mine. I got it from a session that we did with, not Edge, what was it called again? Anyway, it was a program. And he said, make it simple. Tell us what you do, how you do it in a very simple way. You could even use 3 sentences. So as you can see, we're seated here. At Green Giraffe, we sell snacks. Now, Mwaka knows I work with farmers. I have a technology award. I have an MVP. I have regenerative agriculture. I've got all those things. But if I say all that to you, it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
So similar, if you are pitching to an investor, don't use, we have a traceability system. We are using climate change.
Yeah.
It's too much. Keep it simple. Make it so simple that they get it. There's a tagline for Airbnb. Something about we're a safe place to stay. It's like so simple.
Yeah, it's very simple.
But we all know Airbnb is big. Same thing with Yango. Very, very simple. right? It's simple. So stop using very complicated language. I know it sounds,
It's very tempting to use very big words.
because you want to say, our MVP, and how the levels, and you're overdoing it. Keep it simple so that they first of all can remember the very essence of you. And if you can simplify that, I always say, if you can explain it to a 5-year-old, then you're good. If a 5-year-old can say, at Green Giraffe, they sell snacks, you're good to go. Good to go.
That's it.
Okay, so that's the structure. Keep it simple.
Now, engagement techniques. So how do you keep an audience interested and make complex ideas easy to understand? Okay, so any idea, first of all, remember how I started? Big problem. Big problem. Secondly, the solution, which of course is you are Jesus. Tell us how you will heal us. Make your solution very, very simple. In our case, we offer a variety of healthy solutions, which you can get either online, in person, nice and simple. But again, depending with your investor, because remember, it's not enough that you've done this. It's how will this make us money? So simple things like knowing your numbers. When I buy this packaging, how much does it cost? The stickers, how much will that cost? The shelf life, how much would that cost? The compliance. Very important. Do you have these details on your hand? It doesn't have to be a lot. And then even when it comes to your ask, because some people get a bit overwhelmed. I want $50,000 for my idea because it's brilliant. You want $50,000. You haven't made that. You haven't even made $1,000. But you want my $50,000 because, so if you can show us how that will make money, I think that would be good as well. If you can do it in as short a time as possible, that is even better. So I think, again, remember I talked about practice, practice, practice. So in addition to practicing in front of the mirror, go practice it at people in an incubation. If your fellow startups can't get it, feel sorry for the investor. Feel sorry for the investor. But be passionate about it. Not passionate because it's your idea, but passionate because it's got a bigger purpose. And I always say that's always helpful. If whatever you're doing, whatever service you're doing is serving a bigger purpose, people get into it. So now, confidence and delivery. Very important. Tips on body language, voice modulation, and storytelling. Okay. Tell us about that. So remember, number one, we talked about practice, practice. Practice. So in Zambia, I grew up like everyone else. When you see an elder, you look down. In pitching, if you look down, you're a thief. So you need to practice looking at people. And I know for us it's weird because you're just like, what are you looking at me? Is there something in my hair? But it's a thing. Okay. The way you project your voice. There's a movie. Anyway, you've got TV, so you'll see it. Tell us about it. There's a documentary I watched on a girl who had come up with some medical gizmo. And so she literally copied the persona of, who's the guy who designed the iPhone? Steve Jobs. And so she copied him. She would wear turtlenecks. She deepened her voice. She talked slowly. And it's a science, guys. If I talk like this, do you want to buy from me? So imagine how you want to be spoken to. Imagine how you understand being spoken to as you are engaging with your investor, as you are pitching. Are you just so nervous? Guys, I'm so nervous. We don't care. I think the Zambian thing is, I have the flu. Excuse my voice. I'm a busy investor. I fly around the world. I could have been anywhere. I could have watched this on YouTube. This is an honor to be in front of me. Stand up straight. Look at me. You've been practicing. So you know your words per minute. It's a speech. Watch movies. Do something. But don't just,
Wow, we should just we are peeing. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
So it's very, very simple.
Or like telling people, making people feel sad for you.
Exactly. No, they won't do that, guys. These are investors. We're not feeling sorry for you. This is a business idea. Yeah. This is going to change the world. All of us here use a laptop or something because someone pitched it confidently. So be confident, be eloquent, practice, but know your business as well. Don't sell us something that you're not sure about. No, because what I think some of the farmers, I remember someone came for an interview once. I'm not joking. And I'll say it, he or she, so that we will never know who it is. And when they were talking, she was like, I was like, I'm sorry, what now? What is that?
Biting the finger.
I'm like, okay, Mama, during an interview, you're presenting your best foot here, yeah? As far as I'm concerned, you are an intelligent, qualified, eloquent. You're here at the interview. When you're at the pitch, we like you. All we want to see is, can you pull yourself together? So it's not even got anything to do with English language. I know a lot of people who say, no, but Mwiche nima kamba so. I'm like, it's got nothing to do with that. If you're confident, if I feel we connect, if I feel you know your business, even if you haven't spoken a word of English, we can do something together. And I think that's very important. And smile as well. Yeah? Don't. Some of you come, we go to pitch.
Too serious.
You're scaring us. Now, tumburaman. It's scary. Just relax. Imagine you're in a room with your grandma and your mom, and you're telling them some good news. Tractor. Oh, okay, that's good. It's a vibe. It really is a vibe. I'm not saying you'll get the pitch, because remember, you have to do it 100 times to maybe win 3. But you'll do it over and over again. And people will think, Mwaka's a very confident guy. He practiced over and over. So please practice.
I've always been interested in storytelling.
Oh, yeah.
One thing I've seen is that the way you're presenting or the way you're talking, you must be able to switch your voice. You go high, you go low, or imitate the person who was saying something.
Yes.
And I notice you do that. You do that a lot as well.
It's notice you feel heard.
Yeah.
You feel like, right now in my head, I won't lie, I'm cooking on the mbaula at home. I'm preparing clothes for my kids. But small things like that, they present a form for us to connect. And people, sometimes I don't think investors even really invest in the scalability of your business. I think they invest in you.
Yeah.
They see you and they're like, we can go places. We can do things. But you have to present it in a way that I feel confident about it. And if you don't do that, you will lose the opportunity to take your business to the next level. It's really that simple.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now the last part.
Yeah. I can't give you a pitch right now. I can probably just pull one into my head right now.
Yeah, you don't have to say everything.
Yeah, no, not everything. Okay. So like I said, again, you want to engage. Which one?
Can engage the audience.
Did you know that 1 in 4 people will encounter a lifestyle disease? That is 1, 2, 3, 4. One of us should have this disease. By 2026, WHO, or World Health Organization, predicts that 40% of our population will die as a result of a lifestyle disease. At Green Giraffe, we are providing you an alternate to that. We want you to live to your fullest, healthiest life by having 40 different, tantalizing, locally grown, fully sustainable snacks at your disposal. You can get us either through our website or through our stores. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds too good to be true. Mwiche, how are we going to make money? By partnering with over 1,000 farmers who grow the products, packaging in eco-friendly packaging, we're able to not only sell it right here in Zambia, but export it all over the world. The potential is estimated to be worth over $25 billion. With your investment, we can take a key stakehold of that of up to 25% in 3 years. Now, it's up to you if you want to change the world. But at Green Giraffe, we believe we can change the world together, one snack at a time. Thank you for listening.
Aww.
Wow. Wow.
So, and I always ask this simple thing. What do I sell? Snacks.
Snacks.
I haven't told you my tip-in. I haven't given you my NRC. I was looking at you and talking. I was smiling. I wasn't talking fast. It doesn't have to even be for 10 minutes. What I said...
Less than 4 minutes.
It's less than 4 minutes.
Yeah.
But what I said, what thoughts came to your mind? When I said 1 in 4 people get sick, you thought about your mom.
A lot of people. Yeah.
You thought about if you're over 40, how you probably have sugar diabetes. If you have money and you're rich, maybe that you're fat. And you're like, oh my God, I need to get healthy snacks. That's very important. Because people think she cares enough about me. If she cares about me, I want to care about what she cares about. And if I contribute to that, I want to be part of the reason why this becomes a success. All of us would love to go back in time and say, Aba Google, can I sign somewhere? Even for 1%, 1%. Just 1%. So even now, you do have investors, you do have partners who are like, we want to be part of that story. We want to say, in the beginning, we were part of something that changed the world, and we were there.
Yeah.
And that's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
I hope that was helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for
You're
that.
welcome.
You really make it sound like you like it's like you take somebody on this road trip where you like I'm in my head, I'm imagining all the things. It's like I can feel it.
Oh yeah.
And that's the power of I don't know how you do it, like using storytelling and all that. It's like I'm in that experience and I'm experiencing that.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, but I mean, people, you do it all the time.
Yeah, but
it's like when you go out for drinks
Yeah.
and someone tells you, oh, this woman had a skeleton in her bedroom. Like, you can't help it. You're just like,
imagine.
and then? And so it's a Zambian thing. We do love stories and we have beautiful stories. But it's the confidence to share it and know that other people will appreciate it as well. I think that's what we suffer from. We think other people don't see how cool we are. And you're pretty cool people.
Yeah.
You are. And you make really cool snacks.
Yeah, very cool snack. Mwiche, thank you so much for the
You are
for the project
welcome.
breakdown.
You're welcome.
I'll play this on repeat.
Yes.
Editing. Yeah. And I hope everybody there has learned 1 or 2 things.
I hope so too.
Yeah,
I hope
thank
so.
you so much for that.
You're welcome.
And now back to our conversation.
Sure.
Yeah, so we're going to wrap it up with some rapid fire questions.
Love it.
What's one sales trick everyone should know?
Hey, a sales trick. Oh yes, share. So always remember, share, 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 share.
Yeah,
You're not selling, you're sharing.
you're sharing.
Very important.
Thanks. The best business advice you've ever received?
Stop pitching. Just sell.
Okay.
I loved it. I had a really cool advisor. And I think, you know how it is, you lose a bunch of pitches and you're like, what am I doing? And she goes, do you have a good product? I'm like, I do. And she goes, stop pitching. Just sell. And I think that, to be honest, I always attribute it to one of the reasons why Green Giraffe has even reached where it has. It was because of that. She's just like, if it works, it works. But if it's a good product, it's a good product.
So sell it.
She's like, just sell, baby, sell.
Yeah. A good book or resource that changed the way you think about sales.
Okay, I'm going to give you 5. I'm going to give you 5, only because you need 5.
For the benefit of the audience.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so number 1, definitely Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. I say this because, again, whenever you come up with a business or anything, you are sorting out a problem, But you can only sort out a problem that's part of your purpose and why you're here. And so very, very important. Secondly, my favorite book, The Hard Thing About Hard Things by Ben Horowitz. Only talks about the different struggles that you go through when you're coming up with a business, but eventually how you can pivot and whatnot. Thirdly, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Remember how you said some people are not confident?
Yeah.
Hey, how to become confident. It will teach you that. Very, very, very helpful. Lastly, Good to Great. And again, this is just because, again, I'm big on, guys, I'm just not here to make money. I want to change. I want to be like the way Jesus did AD BC. Yeah, and I want the business to do that. There is a book by Lean In, the COO of Facebook, by Sheryl Sandberg. And I think that's very important, especially as women. I think for a long time, we have never put ourselves at the table. And so if you are a woman, I think it's about time you figured out how to navigate this new space of either being a CEO, a founder, or a salesperson. But it'd be very helpful. What I liked about it is I think there's a couple of meetings we'd go for. And everyone would say, oh, so this is the CEO? You know. And so every time he would correct people, he's like, we never fear driver, to be honest. And so I would say, no, it's okay, just talk. And he's like, you don't get it. The life has just managed you to always take the back seat. Even when you are more qualified for the job, even when you have a helpful solution.
What's one thing every entrepreneur must learn early on?
You are going to fail. You are going to fail. It is not personal. Your idea is as great as you think it is. Your idea is also not as great as you think it is. Once again, it's not personal. And every day when you close, whether you made $1 million or 1 quarter, tomorrow again you start at 0. So get used to it. Get used to it.
Then the last one, if you could pitch to any investor in the world, who would it be?
Ooh, okay, this one, I'm even going to look into the camera. Only because I hope one day he sees this. So the book I talked about, The Hard Thing About Hard Things, is by Ben Horowitz. He went on later to set up his own investment firm. It's called Andreessen and Horowitz. And now they're an investment firm. Like, he sold his business twice, so he's rich. Yeah. But that's not what I want you to hear. I'm hoping one day to pitch to them, only because I'm a huge fan. And I mean, these guys did amazing things, and they were just confident. And, you know, it was really one of those, if we fall off a cliff, we fall off a cliff. Yeah. But if we make it, it's going to be huge. And I still think in my lifetime, I'd love to meet them. I just think it'd be so cool. Yeah. Oh, also, cool. Zambia Business Agent Network. You guys are also pretty cool if you're watching this. Yeah, but they're also pretty cool to pitch to. Yeah.
Mwiche, thank you for those answers.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And now, just to wrap it up, any exciting project coming up or anything that you're working on in the background?
So many.
I'd like to share.
So many. I'm only going to give you one. So we are working on an MVP prototype, so a minimum viable product. It's called a traceability system. I'm very excited about it because it's something, like I said, I pitched when I first started, and it sounded so weird, like it was so far-fetched. But for us, it's very, very important. In simple terms, it is an online platform where we'll be able to monitor how our products are being grown by our farmers across. And then this information will be logged onto our system. We'll have an AI that interprets the data. And so we'll be able to know in real time, for example, how our plantain was grown, when it was watered, whether anything was added to it. So besides just giving proper value to the farmers, it's also an MVP. Meaning, let's say Mwaka has a bunch of farmers and he's not sure how they're growing their products. He can then use that to add to his product and be able to see whether his product is doing really well. So I'm very excited. We're launching it in March. So please look out for it.
2025.
Guys, 2025, it's our time. Yeah. So I'm really excited about that. I think it's gonna be exciting.
Where can people find you? Or
great. So we do have a website, and the website basically is fully integrated, meaning you can view, order, buy, have it delivered, which is www.greengiraffezambia, one word.
Showing right here.
Yeah. Then .org. Or you could join our community. So we have a community on Facebook. Please like, follow, inbox us, do everything. We also have an Instagram because, we love the soft life. We want to be part of you.
Mwiche, thank you so much for coming.
No, thanks for having me.
It's helped me to learn a lot.
I hope so.
I'm going to use this.
You're going to be huge.
Yeah?
You're going to be huge. Like one day we'll look back and we'll be like, oh my gosh, we were skinny.
Yeah. No, thank you so much for coming.
It's going to be cool. It's gonna be
these have been you've given a lot of insights.
Anytime.
Given a lot of gems, rubies and gold and diamonds.
I personally, I'm super proud of you.
Thank you so much.
I think there's a picture that you took of me that I have abused. I have abused it.
That picture.
It has become a resource at Green Giraffe.
Yeah.
So
it's become your iconic picture.
No, it's iconic. And I think it's just truly, you're a talented individual. You're driven and you're focused. And I think you are the definition of what the future looks like now. Yeah. And we're here for it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. All right. Thanks.